4-year-old Oscar Fernando Lopez Gomez is serenading the sun. But this is more than just a rock band. Vaihel, it means animal guardian, performs only in Tzotzil, an ancient language of indigenous Mayan people, spoken mostly in remote corners of southern Mexico. But they're playing to a wider audience.
We hope that when the audience hears the music, they'll want to learn Tzotzil. We believe that music can break barriers between people.
As schoolboys here in Chamula, a Tzotzil village high in the mountains of Chiapas, Mexico's southernmost state, these young men grew up feeling the poverty and bigotry of a forgotten minority. Their forebears built the Mexican pyramids, but today, as indigenous people, they are among the poorest, most malnourished, and least educated in this country of 110 million. Spanish is the official language. Their Spanish was learned at school as a second language. How many of you grew up speaking Tzotzil at home? Yeah? Did you feel discrimination because you are Tzotzil?
Everyone who speaks Tzotzil has felt discrimination. They hear you speak it and say, "You are poor, you are ignorant." They put you down. They want you to forget your language and just speak Spanish.
Not here. These students are learning and honing Tzotzil as part of the Mexican government's first nationwide effort to recover the languages of Mexican's indigenous populations. Think of it like teaching Navajo to the Navajos. Tzotzil is tough, nothing like Spanish. The word for turtle, for instance, tortuga in Spanish, oak in Tzotzil. House, casa in Spanish, na in Tzotzil. Those are the easy ones. It seems you were having trouble pronouncing some of the words.
Yes, it's because there are glottal sounds.
Give us an example. Did she do it right?
Well, it's a bit off, but it's close. They're still learning.
This class is in Chol, or Cho'ol, another jaw-breaking Mayan language. Both are mainstays of the curriculum at the 4-year-old Intercultural University of Chiapas in San Cristobal, which also offers students everything from ecotourism to creative writing. The goal here is not just to preserve indigenous culture, not if preserve means freezing it in time, but to keep it alive throughout Mexico and to integrate it with the entire country. And it all starts with language.
The idea is they understand that indigenous people aren't only about rituals or beautiful textiles. The languages reflect a profound philosophy of the cultures of Chiapas.
University Administrator Jaime Torres emphasizes that all students are welcome, not just the indigenous, and that they're encouraged to apply what they learn to their native villages. That's precisely what this group of advanced students told us they will be doing. Some in this spring's first graduating class. Vicente Lopez Rodriguez is Tzeltal, another Mayan ethnic group, and grew up speaking its language. Will you go back to your community?
Claro que sí.
Of course I will go back. I came here because I didn't know how to write Tzeltal, and now I do. One day, I want to translate legal documents.
What would happen if the languages died out? What if everyone in Mexico spoke Spanish?
If there were just one language, there would be only one vision for our country. All of our diversity would die out. Indigenous people still face a lot of problems, and it's our generation that is going to have to fight for improvement. That's why we need to become translators and communicators to help our communities.
Translating and communicating are critical for the indigenous population of Chiapas, where 25% speak no Spanish at all. Half the women don't read or write in any language. So this female traveling theater troupe called FOMA sometimes uses local tongues to highlight the social problems plaguing their communities. This play discusses sexism and alcohol abuse.
Through theater, we can teach people in our communities about health, nutrition, alcoholism, and machismo. Many times, they don't speak Spanish, so by watching us perform in Tzotzil or Tzeltal, they understand the messages.
Hearing these messages in a language they know gives indigenous women a new understanding of their options. And seeing the plays performed by other women in a culture that has often denied their rights is empowering.
When I came here, I didn't know anything about theater, about women's rights, that we could even work. I didn't know about any of that.
These voices in the theater, the classroom, and in music seek not only to revive the indigenous language of Chiapas and preserve its cultures, but to improve the lives of their people. None will solve all the problems overnight, but it's a start, using contemporary means of communication to revive the very best of the past.
To speak Tzotzil is to speak poetically. It's a heritage that our ancestors, the builders of the pyramids, have left us, and we don't want to lose it.
I'm Lynn Sherr for Worldfocus in Chiapas, Mexico.